Hello everyone. Today let's start to explain the design pattern in Go. This is the first video of the series, and the first one I select is the abstract factory design pattern. I think if you are starting to watch this video, you must have the basic understanding of the design pattern. What is the abstract factory design pattern? You should understand it first. Here we do not explain how the theory it is, but we just explain the code of this design pattern used in Go language. So that is the precondition. Otherwise, it could not be easily to understand. Okay, let's start. So I first will do some simple explanation of the abstract factory design pattern. This design pattern is for working for the way to create a series of product. Like if you have different kind of products need to be created, but you do not need to touch the details of the creation part. You just need to tell we will create a factory. That factory will be responsible for create the concrete products, but you as a customer to call this API or this interface, we do not need to touch the details of the creation of the products, but just tell the factory that which kind of product you want to create. Then the factory will help you to create everything you want. So it will just separate the usage of this factory and the detailed creation of the product. This is the purpose of this design pattern. So the color and the implementation will be separate, decoupled. Okay. If you still do not understand it, I suggest you to go back on the internet to search for the abstract factory. What is the meaning? So here now I will introduce the details by concrete examples in Go language. Here there's a example. It demonstrates that there are two series of products such as Nike and Adidas. The, the Nike, for example, they have the produced shoes and shorts. Adidas at the same time also produce shoes and shorts. So we can imagine there's a factory over there. It can produce both Nike and Adidas brand shorts and shoes. So the customer will only need to pass in which shoes or short they want, and then the factory will help you to produce the real Nike or Adidas brand shoes and shorts. So the most important thing, first thing is that we need to have a factory interface. This interface includes two methods. One is make shoes, one is make short. And this method returns I should I short. This I short is also the interface. You can find it below that I shoot. Yeah, I shoot is also an interface. This interface includes some other method that set logo, set size, get logo, get size. Not okay, just don't care about it. We just go back and see. First, we have a factory, we have an interface, and there's another function that gets sports factory, get factory. When this is for the topest one function that the customer can use, can call it, and by passing the brand, it's a string. So when you pass it a brand, for example, Adidas or the Nike, then this function will return a factory, the corresponding factory. Then when the customer gets the factory, they can use the factory to make shoes, make shorts. Then it's specific to each one. For example, here, if the brand is Adidas, it will return Adidas the instance. So Adidas instance, what is the Adidas instance? Adidas instance is the iSport factory. Wow, what is the Sport factory? Sport factory is the interface with two shoes. So any instance is the interface that or structure. It includes to implement these two methods will be recognized as the Sport factory, the same as the iSport factory. Okay, so here the Adidas is the structure. Here we define the structure here, and it implements the two methods. Then it has the same express representation. So it will be taken as a sport factory. So it only need to implement the make shoes, make sport. So here the Adidas in structure implement the shoes, the sports. So that's a factory. And the Nike, here the Nike also implement structure. The Nike structure also implement the make shoes and make short. So that's how we get the factory. But yeah, but how can we use it? For example, we can look at down here. In the main, you can call the get sport factory with passing the Adidas as a parameter and get an Adidas factory. So when you get Adidas factory, you don't know the details how to create make the shoes make sure, but you can call the Adidas factory make shoes. So when you call make shoes, the factory will help the caller to generate to make the shoes and return the shoes to the other return the result. And so how make shoes works, it's a functionality that it is implemented. So here it just return a structure. So what is the structure? The structure just has a logo and the size, which is to simulate the real work, but you can do anything you want to make the shoes for the Adidas. This is the implementation. So when you implement this and if you change it, and the caller will not say, cannot say the different. So see the difference. So Adidas shoes is the one that returned. So what is the Adidas shoes? Adidas shoes, okay, here. Adidas shoes is Adidas shoes is a structure which includes the shoes inside. What is shoes? Shoes is another structure. So it includes a logo and size. So the Adidas shoes also include logo and size. Okay. And the shoes including, you can look at here, the shoes including several functionalities, implement several functionalities, and then the next shoes also, like, they already implement this the shoes functionalities, and also it include two parameters. So after you get the Adidas fact shoes, you can print the details of the shoes, Adidas shoes. Also, Adidas shoes, when you print the details, it is implemented here. The details, these shoes just pass in, the Adidas shoes pass in, and it will print get logo. So as here, there's a get logo here in the short structure, or just shoe structure. Another here. Sorry. Shoe structure also use get logo. So it just get the logo. So you can call it to get the real logo of the shoes. So but here I need to ask our audience to pay attention that for the to get logos okay, to pay attention for the print details. Look at the print details, shoes details, short details. Both are using the I shoes as a parameter. It's an interface, not the details of like Nike shoes or Adidas. So this function you can transfer into any shoes into this functionality. So you can transfer Nike shoes or Adidas shoes. As Nike shoes and Adidas shoes are both implemented the functionality that iShoes have, so the system will take the next shoes as the interface, as same interface as the iShoes. So when you look at scroll up, iShort has 4 functions. That's the interface. This is the interface. So that means when Nike shoes, it also need to implement this 4 functionalities. But when you look at the Adidas shorts, but it's only include a short. So when we need to look at short, whether it implement the 4 functions. When you look at shorts, there's a short here, or it really implement the 4 functionalities. So Adidas short should be taken as an iShort interface. That's how it works. Sorry. And as the both are the same, so we just only need to explain one. So here is the basically the factory design pattern. The abstract factory design pattern. Its purpose is to create a factory. Each factory has a detailed factory, and each detailed factory has a method to create the real product. This is to decouple the usage and the implementation of the detailed product. So I don't know whether there's any problem for you guys, but anyway, I think basically it's like this, and make sure that the make shoes will return the iShort, not the details of the each shoe. So but when it makes shoes, when you look at the make shoes, it will return the the details added as shoes like or that short, but it can be taken as the I shoes. So we can use the uh, same way. For example, when you but here I think we do not need to return I shoes. For example, make shoes, because we do not, the Adidas and Nike do not use the same shoes as the as Adidas. Make shoes. So here Nike shoes. So we do not need to use it the same way. For example, here we can use we can use the sport because we are using the interface to for both Nike and Adidas factories. So we have to use this type to for the corner to reuse this sport factory for both the Adidas and the Nike factories. So we still need to use iShoes and sports. So here, if we return Adidas shoes, then here we cannot do this because if the factories including different prototype of the functionalities, then it will be taken as different factory, iSport factory. So this is what we need to pay attention. Okay, I don't know whether it's good explanation of these factories, but anyway, this is what my understanding of it. If you have any questions or anything that is unclear, please leave a comments in my video channel. I will reply you, and I will also copy this web link to my channel comments on the top of it, so you could have a look at it. Okay, that's all. Thank you.